Aloha and welcome to my channel. My name is Simran Shakti, and today I will be guiding us through a grand rising Vin-to-Yin flow. So what this means, Vin-to-Yin, Vin is short for vinyasa. So we'll get started with a vinyasa flow, moving breath to movement, some sun salutations, really activating and awakening our bodies. And then we'll go into yin style poses where we'll be holding for 2 to 4 minutes on average and really allowing ourselves to melt into each posture and get into some deeper layers of the muscles, the fascia, and increase flexibility. So before we even get into the then part, we are going to start with a foot massage. The theme for this class is really about grounding, rooting down to rise and to grow like a tree. And so I have found that this foot massage, taught to me by a dear teacher, Laura, really supports me in feeling super grounded and connected in every step, which in turn I find benefits my whole body and my mind. So we'll start with the foot massage, and there's no props necessarily required for this class. If you have props, it's always nice to have them around for your practice. We will be using one either cushion, pillow, or block if you have it to prop our feet up one at a time when we go into the foot massage. So you can maybe pause, grab your things, and we'll meet back here. Getting started with a few deep cleansing, clearing breaths. So come into a comfortable seat, something that feels easy, effortless. You can prop your hips up if that feels good. And once you find your nice seat and you feel really stable, maybe lower your gaze or close your eyes. And just allow yourself to arrive. Palms resting down on the legs. And creating some length through your spine. Stacking crown over shoulders, over hips. And connecting with your breath. And just seeing if through awareness and presence with your breath, how your breath begins to maybe lengthen or go deeper into your belly. Now we'll intentionally take 5 deep belly breaths, sending your inhales down into your womb space, your low belly, your low back. And on the exhales, completely emptying your lungs. In through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth. You decide. Most importantly, just completely fill your lungs with air and completely empty them. Soften through your jaw, your shoulders, even as you inhale. On your next inhale, hold your breath at the top. Sip in a little more air, hold, relax your muscles. Exhale, open mouth. In this space, go ahead and set your intention for your practice and for your day. Short and sweet, whatever comes to mind. Why are you here? When you have it, inhale, reach your arms wide, spreading your fingers, lifting. And exhale, Anjali Mudra, prayer hands coming down through the center, connecting in at the heart. We'll open our practice with one chant of Om. Exhale. Inhale to vibrate. Gently blink your eyes open, release your hands down. And we will begin our flow. So come onto your seat and go ahead and grab one of your props. And we'll start with our left leg. So you can just have your right foot in like an easy seat. And then we'll just prop our left leg up on our prop so that we have access to our foot and our ankle. So we'll begin our foot massage by just rubbing, using your thumbs to rub this inner arch. So still being mindful of your breath and your posture along through the spine. As you press in, starting to warm up the arches of the feet, we'll move to the middle of the foot. So we have 3 arches. This is the middle one. Just using your thumbs to massage. And then we'll go to the outer arch here. Good. And then we'll use our thumbs to just press and massage the ball mount area of your foot. And then using your right hand, your thumb and index finger, just grab here right under the small lower ankle and kind of massage it out, kind of like maneuver the fascia here. Just intuitive, really, squeezing around the heel, the calcaneus bone here. Great. And then you can kind of, I like to just kind of roll off the energy, any tension that has come. And then we'll interlace our fingers in between our toes. So pinky, index, and so on, ring finger, and so on. Getting that nice and in there. And it's likely that this is very intense. If you're not used to doing this, it's totally normal that it's pretty intense, borderline painful. We never really want to create pain in our yoga practice. And if you're not used to spreading your toes, it might hurt a little bit. So just mind your edge. If it's unbearable, you can have your fingers not as deep in, but it's for good. So what we're doing by doing this is opening up the tendons, the muscles, and the fascia in our foot. So what happens in our modern day lives is that we're wearing shoes all the time that have a bunch of padding, and our feet just go around kind of walking like this when our feet are actually meant to be like, flexing, kind of grabbing the earth as we go, almost like animals crawling and gripping. But since we're wearing shoes, our feet tend to get a bit underused and stiff, and the muscles kind of tighten, and the flexibility goes away. And also the openness that we have in the sole of our foot, which in Chinese medicine is called the bubbling well, it gets shut down and not connected to the earth. So, an easy way to ground, to reconnect energetically and physically in your body and just to the ground that you walk on, is this foot massage. So, we have our fingers interlaced and we're sitting up nice and tall. You can even bring your other hand into a little mudra of choice, whatever you feel called to. And we'll start by squeezing our toes together. So you're squeezing your fingers in between your toes, and just take a few breaths here. Again, this is likely very intense, so and just being really gentle with yourself, watching your internal dialogue. And then you can stop squeezing your toes and then just gently kind of grip the ball mount area of your feet. And this is sort of a mudra within itself. So with mudras, we're not really pressing it together. It's more of a magnetism. And you might feel a subtle energy exchange, heat, vibrating, or nothing at all, which is totally fine. So it's the same idea with this hand and this foot. Bringing upper and lower together, left and right, primal and spiritual, physical and metaphysical. We're just taking a couple of breaths here to meditate with this seal. And then we'll roll out the ankle very gently, going in one direction and the other way. And then we'll inhale to press the toes forward. So you're kind of like creating a flexion in your foot, stretching through the calf and the ball of the foot. And then we'll point the toe using your hand to support the stretch and opening. And then release and shake it out once again. And then we'll just kind of give it a squeeze, massaging the shoelace part of your foot. And then just pulling out each toe, a little pull, a little twist. Maybe get some cracks. And then what we'll do is we'll plant the foot And we'll draw these strips. So this is a lymphatic massage, just pulling all that awareness and opening up. And then we'll do some taps, tapping the leg, the whole leg, glutes, inner thighs. And then we'll smooth it out. Perfect. Plant your hands behind you and then just bring your right foot forward too and take a look. See if you notice any physical differences in how they look, how they feel. And we'll just do a couple little windshield wiper motions here. Moving intuitively. And then we'll go to the other side. Maybe take a sip of something yummy or water. Grab your prop. I'll place it under our right leg. And so we have nice access to our foot and ankle. All right, so we'll start with the thumbs, massaging the inside arch. And then moving to the middle arch. Opening up the bubbling well, the energetic point of receptivity in our feet that receives the yin, the grounding energy from Pachamama, earth. And then we'll go to the outer edge here. Shake out your hands if they're taking on any tension from the foot. And then we'll use the thumbs to massage into the ball mount area of the feet. Yeah, let your intuition come through, your own magic healing hands that you have. And then we'll use thumb and index finger to kind of work on this heel arch area. Squeezing. And then we'll interlace fingers into toes on this side. Might feel different, totally normal. And just taking a breath to feel. Setting your mudra in your right hand, coming tall in your spine. And we'll squeeze the fingers with the toes. Long, deep breaths. Soft through your jaw, soft through all the muscles in your face. And release the squeeze. We'll just seal our fingers, holding on to this ball mount area, and being in the meditation of bringing upper and lower together, weaving our primal animal nature and our spiritual highest self nature into this one moment. And then we will stretch our foot forward, thinking about a stretch through the bottom of the foot and the calf. And then point the toes. And release, going for some circles, one direction. And the other direction. Great. And release, shake, shake, shake. Give your toes a little pull, a little twist. Good. And overall, just nice squeeze, massage, pressing into the shoelace side of the foot here. And we'll plant the foot, moving our props out of the way, and draw some stripes here. Pulling that energy up towards the heart. Keeping your breath smooth and long. And tapping out the leg. And smoothing it all out. Okay. So planting both feet, we'll just stretch our legs out in front of us, flex through your feet, and just spread your toes. You can have your hands planted here by your sides. See if you notice a difference. Roll out the ankles, just in your flexibility here. And we'll get into our flow now. So rolling over shins, coming onto all fours. Just take a moment to maybe shake, vibrate, move intuitively. Good. So if you've practiced with me before, you know I'm all about the sounds. So releasing sound on the exhale is totally welcome, fully supported, and you'll notice that I do that. It's a nice way to release energy and to just bring the embodiment practice all the way through my throat chakra, my voice, my expression. Great. So we'll start with our hands planted under our shoulders. Spread your fingers wide and press into each finger pad like you're an animal and you're gripping down. Knees under hips, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round chin to chest. Again, inhale. Exhale, round. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, come to a flat back. We'll tuck the toes under and lift the knees about 1 inch, hovering off the mat. Core turns on. We are activated. Chin a little bit towards your chest so your neck is long. Inhale deeply. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Kali breath. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So take a moment here to pedal out the feet. Just noticing how the shape feels in your body this morning. And we'll start to flow
vinyasa style. So feel free in your down dog to always have a micro bend in your knees, supporting joint health. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, walk your way forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, strong through your core. Exhale, fold. Bending your knees. Inhale, lift your arms, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Settle weight into your heels. Inhale, circle arms up. Maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, you can lower your knees or you can stay in plank. We're coming down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank. Stay for an in-breath. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step it forward. Keeping all that activation through your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Strong through the glutes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, step back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, chaturanga or all the way down. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Take a breath. Last one like this. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Strong core. Bring your hands to cactus. Exhale, bow. Stepping back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great work. Maybe you can notice the difference in how your feet feel after the massage. We'll step big toes towards one another. Inhale, lift this right leg up, squeezing through the glute as you lift. Exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, over to the left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, use your hands to support you, coming up into crescent lunge, so high lunge. Inhale, lift your arms, maybe take a nice little bend through your back knee so that your hips can be in a nice alignment rather than having your tail really arched back. Breathing here, we'll inhale, lift up, and exhale, coming into warrior two. So spinning that back heel down. Outer side of the back foot is in alignment with the short edge of the mat. And your front heel is drawing a line directly to the middle of your back foot. Arms parallel to the ground. Gazing into infinity over your front middle finger. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, sink into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, spin, circle your hands down, framing your front foot. And inhale, lift it back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it down, downward facing dog. Take a breath to move intuitively. And we'll take a vinyasa flow before going to the other side. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Use your core, mindful of your low back. Take a breath. Maybe shaking your head out. Stepping toes together, we'll inhale this left foot, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, lift. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, lift. Knee to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it through. Coming into your high lunge. So take your time to get your feet nice and set up. You want your feet in like 2 lanes. And then you can use your hands pressing up. Coming into your crescent. And have your hands at your hips. You want to make sure belly is engaged, ribs are knitted down, so core is activated, and you have space through your sacrum, your tail. So back knee might be a little bent. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, let your shoulders drop. Inhale, maybe lift your gaze. And exhale, warrior two, spin that back heel down. Find a good alignment. So your back foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat, and your front heel is drawing a line either to your back heel or to the middle of your back foot. Arms are parallel to the ground. And even though this is a very activating, very energizing posture, see if you can still find softness and presence with your breath.
front knee is opening out, so you're squeezing through that left glute. Inhale, lift everything up. And exhale, sink it down. Inhale. And exhale, circle your arms down to the mat. We're just squaring up and kicking our left foot up. Exhale, set it down. Take a breath, move intuitively, maybe bounce, maybe shake, maybe swirl. Trust that your body knows exactly what it wants right now. Wonderful. So we'll all step our feet wide to the outer edges of the mat. And just breathe into your downward dog here with this kind of different stance. And then we'll bring our feet back about hip width. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, stay, stick your tongue out. Exhale. Inhale, downward facing dog. And exhale. Got some heat moving. We'll step toes together once more. Inhale, lift the right leg. And we'll exhale to bend the knees, stack the hips. Keep your shoulders square to the mat. Breathing here. Inhale, lift that right leg, squaring the toes down. And exhale, step it through. This time coming into a low lunge. Back knee is down. You can untuck the back toes. And inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Using that heat that we just stoked in our bodies to now get into some more flexibility so everything's nice and warm. On an exhale, plant your hands. We'll press into the front heel, shift the hips back and straighten through the front leg. This is half split pose. Inhale into a long straight spine. You may not be folding that far, and that is okay. Just really be where you are. Where you are is perfect. Trust your process. Know that this practice is simply that. It's a practice, and there's no need to try to force yourself beyond your edge. Maybe allow your crown to hang heavy. Couple more breaths here. If your crown is heavy, inhale to mindfully lift. Spine is straight. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Frame the foot. Tuck your back toes. We're coming to downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath. Big toes toward each other. Inhale, lift the left leg.
Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips. Inhale, straighten the legs, square your toes down. Exhale, step it through. Lower your back knee. Untuck your back toes and lift on up. Bringing your hands up towards the sky. Shoulders down. Core is activated. Maybe you want to roll out your wrists. Exhale, plant your fingertips. Press into your front heel. Half split. So straightening your left leg. And folding any amount. Beginning to slow things down here. Moving into the yin part of our flow. Inhale, come back into alignment in your spine. And exhale, transitioning into downward facing dog, tucking your back toes. Lift and step back. Feel free to skip or take this final vinyasa flow. Inhaling forward, exhaling chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So we're all meeting in our down dog. Bend your knees a lot and just find these little bounces, little shakes. Let your head bounce. And then we'll just lower our knees all the way down. Bring your big toes to touch. You can take your knees nice and wide. We're coming into child's pose. Forehead down. You can let your arms rest. Even have your palms facing up. Settling in to this child's pose. We'll be here breathing long and deep for about 3 minutes. Trusting in your body and your breath, allowing yourself to soften, to do less, to unravel and meet your day with a sense of ease Inhale, lift your gaze, and we'll slide forward like a snake, coming into our Sphinx pose. On our bellies, tops of the feet are pressing down, pressing into the pubic bone, tail is tucked, elbows under shoulders, and you're pressing down into your hands. Breathing deep. And from here, we'll inhale to lift, straightening through the arms. Thread our left arm under. Bend through your right leg. We're coming into a twist, supine twist. So straighten through your arms, creating a T shape. Big chest opener here. And you might need to adjust, especially if you're by a wall like me. And once you find that good alignment, soften into your breath. And see if you can play with having your eyes closed and having an internal gaze.
inhale, you can move your arms. Maybe stretch your wrists a little bit. And we'll bring our right arm overhead and just circle it to meet the left hand, pressing down into your right leg. Just coming back through your Sphinx, bringing your right leg in. Before we go to the other side, you can just stack your hands on one another, rest your forehead down, bend through your knees, and then windshield wiper, dropping ankles side to side. And then we'll bring the knees back in alignment with the hips, chin resting down. And then we'll just reach. You can have your chin or your forehead down. Just reach for the outer edges of your ankles, getting a quad stretch. Think about pressing your pubic bone down, tucking your tail. Breathing here. Inhale to release mindfully and come back through your Sphinx. Tucking your tail, pressing into your pubic bone. We'll lift, straightening the arms, and then just thread your right arm under, bend into your left knee, then come into your twist. Taking some breaths to set yourself up. And then softening into the pose. Remembering the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And inhale, taking a nice stretch through the arms, rolling out the wrists. We'll reach our left arm up and circle it over. Coming into your Sphinx. And again, resting your forehead down on your hands, bending your knees, and just massaging out the low back.
with these side to side movements, massaging out the belly. And from here, tuck your toes, press back, hips towards your heels with the toes tucked, taking just 3 breaths here. And then we'll just come to take a seat, coming all the way down onto our backs, heading to close out our practice. You can just pull your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug, some gratitude for making it through class today, making it through the fire, making it through the foot massage. And we'll take happy baby here. You can stay with your arms around your knees, grabbing for opposite elbows if this feels good. Just breathing here. Or if you'd like, you can come into Ananda Balasana, happy baby. So peace fingers around your big toes, widening knees down towards the mat, soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Long, deep belly breaths here, whichever variation you've chosen. Bringing your mind to your breath if it has traveled. And we'll release happy baby. Again, you can hug your knees into your chest. You can bring your arms to a cactus shape, knees together, and just do some small circles with the knees, massaging out the low back. And for Shavasana, our final resting integration posture, you can come into traditional style, palms face up, giving space to your body, picking up space with your legs and your arms. If your low back feels away, you can ground your feet, bring your knees together, feet wide, getting a nice internal rotation through the hips. You can bring your hands to your body, your heart, and your belly. Releasing the breath practice. Releasing the movement practice. And we'll just take a couple minutes here to receive the medicine of
the hard work we put in. Begin to deepen your breathing, moving through your fingers, your toes, hands and feet. And take a big good morning stretch. Grand rising. We'll hug the knees and gratitude to you, gratitude to self. And we'll come onto one side here, giving our bodies a chance to balance the blood pressure. And taking a moment to send gratitude into the earth that holds us this whole lifetime, provides for us, humbles us, teaches us. And then we'll gently press ourselves up into a seat. Beginning how we started. Noticing how you're feeling, mind, body, emotions, spirit. We'll take 3 breaths together. Bringing hands to heart, bringing that intention that we set back into presence. Exhale completely. We'll inhale to close our practice with one chant of Om. Thank you so much for practicing yoga, for your devotion to yourself. May your day be filled with the intention that you set, manifest. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. As always, it's such a pleasure to share the practice with you. If you vibe, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time on the mat. Aloha.